Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is the Mid Morning Talk with your host Aaliyah and proudly sponsored by SANZAF. SANZAF is looking to bring its successful chef school program to Johannesburg, and they need your support to make it possible. The SANZAF Chef School equips young people with accredited culinary training, workplace readiness, and real pathways into the hospitality industry. Through this program, students gain more than cooking skills, they gain confidence, dignity, and the opportunity to build a better future. Your donation can help us open doors for the next generation of chefs in Johannesburg. Donate now at www.sanzaf.org.za and be part of changing lives through skills, opportunity, and empowerment. We have our next guest in studio with us in our studios in Johannesburg, and it is Fatima Morake. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Salam Media.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you for being with us in person. Thank you. Makepe Fatima Morake is a social entrepreneur, community leader, facilitator, early childhood development practitioner, and co-founder of Amal-Diketso, a community organization in Tweefontein, Mpumalanga. She is passionate about empowering youth, women, children, and persons with disabilities through community development, entrepreneurship, environmental sustainability, food security, and skills development. She believes in creating practical, sustainable solutions that build resilience, self-reliance, and economic opportunities. Makepa is currently studying agroecology. I'm very excited to hear this, by the way. Climate change, food security, and indigenous affairs, with a strong interest in using knowledge and innovation to strengthen communities. Her vision is to grow Amal-Diketso, the community organization, into a sustainable eco-center where people can earn, heal, develop skills, create livelihoods, and build a better future together. Fatima, mashallah, that is quite an introduction.
Thank you so much, beloved.
Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and where your journey of community work began?
Okay, my name is Fatima Morake. My journey to Amal-Diketso started, actually, I'm a survivor of GBV. So I don't really share that part of my story to be defined by it, but to show what resilience can look like. So through that journey, I discovered that healing can also become a source of purpose. Resilience brought me here. It taught me that when life breaks something, we can still rebuild it. And sometimes we can rebuild in a way that creates something meaningful for other people. That is where part of Amal-Diketso represents for me. And it's all about creating a space where women can also feel valued.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. I know how difficult that probably is for you, but I'm sure that there are lots of listeners and a lot of women who can take inspiration from that.
True that.
So what inspired you to start working with women, children, and young people in your community?
What inspires me is where I am a mother myself, and in the African saying, I'm a Mosotho. So in a community, they say it takes me and you to raise the kids, or to raise a village. Yeah. If we look into the matter of women, we take good care of them. They can be able to sustain and take care of the community. I'm talking about kids. I'm talking about maintaining it, the welfare itself. And if you take care of the kids and water them while they are young, they can be able to grow up with that vavavum and be able to go far with it if somebody believes in them.
Absolutely. I think this is a common thread that's been going through our interviews with different women, that we are obviously part of a bigger community. And if you make sure that each member of that community is getting their share of resources and their share of care, we're going to have thriving communities. So I'm so happy that you've touched on that again, because I really think it's a lesson that we've been learning over the past 2 days.
Yes.
Was there a particular experience in your life that changed the way you saw your community and your role in it?
Yes. There were experiences in my own life that taught me resilience, and I learned that difficult experience can either break you or become of part of what you give. So I started asking myself, if I have gone through difficult situations and still found a way forward, how can I use it? And what have I learned in order also to help someone else? That question became very important in my life, and I questioned myself. And I realized that sometimes community leadership isn't about having everything. It's about trying with what you have and being able to take the first step.
Absolutely. And I mean, of course, I'm sure you've had some difficult moments and some challenges. Can you maybe speak to us about some of those challenges or difficulties that you face in the work that you do?
Yes, this work, you have to be called to be able to do it. Of course, it's not easy to go to a place that you. I'm actually from Bloemfontein, meaning I'm from Free State. Mpumalanga, I was just passing by and I fell in love with the place. So
It's
you can
hard not to.
imagine
Yeah.
when you are starting from scratch, no network, no nothing, and you're going to a community, you don't even speak the language, and now you have to be involved with the people. It's a calling, sister. It's a calling. Yes, it is difficult. What makes it to be difficult? People cannot just trust anybody they don't know. So I had to make sure that I am always busy engaging with the community members, with the chief. And by doing so, they were able to say, you know what, this person, now we see that she is legit. We can work with her. But then sometimes when you go, especially in the early stages, we would go and look for sponsors by these other people who were supposed to help us. And I remember one gentleman saying in my face that, please forget about your dream. This thing that you want to do is so big for you. I walked out of that office. I was crying, not because he broke me, but because, you know, when you have the fire inside of you and somebody wants to just stop and you're like, you know what? So yes, it's not easy, but we thrive and we strive through it all.
Thank you. I mean, and no one should extinguish our fire.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have with us Fatima Morake, who is speaking about the work that she does with Amal-Diketso, a community organization in Tweefontein, Mpumalanga. We're having a very interesting discussion so far, but we're going to go for a quick ad break. Please stay with us as we continue to talk about community organizing. And I'm very excited also to be talking about agriculture and food security. Stay with us.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042 203 1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Gaza needs your support more than ever. Homes have been shattered and families have lost everything. With your support, our teams are delivering clean water tankers, feeding the hungry, and assisting orphans who have no one left. Let us give Gaza whatever help we can. African Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphire.co.za. www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. This is your host, Aaliyah, for the Mid-Morning Talk. We have with us Fatima Morake speaking about how Zakah powers sustainable women-led community change. So Fatima she's the co-founder of Amal-Diketso, a community organization in Tweefontein and Mpumalanga. And could you tell us the name? Where does the name Amal-Diketso comes from? What was the inspiration behind it?
Like I say, I am a Mosotho, a proud one. I always try to match. So Amal means action in Arabic.
Yeah.
And Diketso means action in my mother tongue, which is Sesotho. So it was just rubbing it on so that people can really understand. Amal, a lot of times people talk, but they never go into action. So Amal is like taking responsibility that I'm not going to talk. I want to be the change I want to see in society. So the name came about that.
That is so beautiful. I love the name, especially now that you've explained, you know, the inspiration behind it. And now we're getting into my favorite topic, because I am someone who's very much interested in agroecology and permaculture and food production. So I understand that right now you're currently studying agroecology.
Yes.
And it's quite a big word for people who have not heard about it before. So could you maybe explain to our listeners, like, what is agroecology?
I can say permaculture. It's you going into nature and trying to ground yourself so that you can understand and to be present. And it's you going into the space, trying to connect with it. How so? When you go and read a space, you need to know the wind direction. You need to know the sunlight. You need to know the animals that can be dangerous for you. You need to know when does the fire start. So it's about you going into the space, not changing anything, but aligning yourself into the space and flowing. You flow with the rhythm of life. Example, it's like when you go to, I hike a lot. So I remember when I got a wake-up call, I was in Kwakwa, we were doing a camp. And as I looked around me in the mountain, I realized there's already a restoration. Yes, we do want to interfere sometimes, but most of the times we don't need to. We just need to.
Nature can
flow.
restore itself. Yeah.
Yes. So permaculture is just us trying to use the resources that we got on Mother Nature, and returning it to the earth itself, by not using any chemicals. So
yes,
it's just trying to restore and flow with life as it is.
Yeah, and like in doing that, we also restore ourselves, because whatever we're producing in that kind of land and consuming is also better for us, right?
Yes, because you cannot buy air, you cannot buy sunlight. There are things that you cannot even put money into, you know. So if we can be able to do our part by taking care and trying to teach the other people.
Absolutely. Yeah, making sure that we upkeep the dignity of the environment and the resources that, you know, we have, because I think also as Muslims, it's an amana for us. It's a trust. It's a responsibility. You know, we're not supposed to go through the earth with in the Quran it calls it like with wickedness, right?
Yes.
We need to respect everything and dignify everything. And so I really love how like permaculture, agroecology sort of like brings these ideals and these ideas together. And I think your work is so important, because on the one hand, like you studying it, but you also applying it to different communities where there could be an impact. So yeah, on that note, what are some of your achievements, and, you know, do you have any stories that you can share that make you particularly proud?
There's a lot of stories. When I started this work, the vavavum was there, the energy was there. And I remember one of the sponsors asking me, Fatima, are you really up for this? And I said, yes. And they said, the people will break you. I said, no, they won't break me. They say, yeah. I say, I am ready for this work. We started from nothing. We rented a house. From renting the house, we had bought land, and it was so hard because it was just a bare land, and there was a shack, no toilet, no water, no anything. So moving there and actually embodying everything, it was one of the hardest things ever because we were with the children. But the whole process to where we are, when you look back, sometimes we cry and we say, it's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has led us to be where we are. And our alhamdulillahs are always there, because which of our Lord's favors can we deny? You know?
Absolutely.
Yes, beloved.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, that's really something. But I mean, based on what you've told me from the beginning of the interview to now, like, I can just imagine that you just power through everything. You are such a force, mashallah.
Jazakallah.
So, obviously you're working with community members, and how are you helping them develop so that they can create opportunities, you know, for themselves? And
when I first started, I started like everybody else. I was giving food parcels to the people, and the people ended up having this, like, it was their birthright to come to the space and get food. And I realized I was disabling my people, so that, example, if I'm not there, they cannot survive.
True.
So I said, why not? If I learn something, let me also give it back to the community, especially the women and the children. I'm a multi-talented person. I do beats. I do, we do poetry.
Did you make your earrings?
Oh, yes.
They're so beautiful.
Thank you so much. So we are trying. I went for a course in Cape Town for resiliency. When I came back, it also shaped me and reshaped me. I learned that you can use what you have in your immediate space to be able to get somewhere, not to be able to wait for somebody else. So what is more beautiful with this sustainable living? Like, typical example, this water bottle, I can find ways of making, upcycling it and reusing it. So it's a way of trying to say to my people, all of us, we can do it. We need each other so that we can spark each other's creativity. But with only what you have and with your hands, you can be able to go somewhere and be able to put money on the table.
Beautiful. I think, I like how you sort of saying that, like, we are our own resource, you know, as people. And one of our previous speakers, because we were speaking about faith, she said that something that, like, you know, she hopes to see in the world is everyone, you know, through the pillars of faith and through the community, realizing their full potential. Because we all are, like, short of realizing our full potential, you know. And what would it mean if every single person in a community reached that peak? We'd have really prosperous communities.
Imagine,
yeah.
Imagine.
So definitely a vision that we can have for the world, you know, this Women's Month. And so what I want to speak about now is, obviously you are supported from organizations such as SANZAF, and I think this is a very important project to support, because it's not just charity, which is what we were speaking about, which can sometimes cripple people. It's about empowerment.
Yes.
And you know, when you empower people, you doing charity in a sustainable way. You're giving them more than, for example, just the food parcel. So what does support from organizations such as SANZAF mean to the community initiatives like the one that you have?
SANZAF to me is like when you say, are you reassured? And I say, yes, that's my reassurance. If you have support from organizations like SANZAF, it is very important, because community organizations often have the passion and the idea, but no means or resources. The resources at times can limit what we want to do. But when an organization supports community initiatives, it helps to turn it into something tangible. It also tells the community leaders that their work is seen and valued. So for me, partnership is about creating impact together, and SANZAF has done that for years. Like with me, I started with them where we did entrepreneurship, and then I started to grow from that, because it was, I think it was 2019 after I took Shahada.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that I met up with the team of SANZAF. So they have actually held my hand and mentored me to where I am.
Alhamdulillah, that's really good to hear. And I hope that, people who are listening will, consider contributing to initiatives like this. And if anyone's interested in further supporting your organization, that they will reach out. If you need her contact details, I'm sure you can contact Salam Media, because this definitely feels like a project really, worth supporting. What would you like your community to look like, in a few years? What is your vision for your organization?
Yeah.
The big questions.
I envisioning having a village. I envision having a ecotourism village whereby people can come and camp.
Oh, inshallah, I would love to
Yes,
attend that. Yeah.
I want people to come not to only camp, but to walk away with something. Everybody now in the city, it's so noisy. I want people to be able to pause and be able to go to my space and come back and say, you know what, this is what I've learned. I want kids to be able to come to the space and be able to know the animals, what animals looks like. I want the children to come and everybody to come to the space and be able to walk away having a skill. I want people who don't have power, who are weak after they've been into my space, to walk away and say, you know what, today I am somebody because of this space. I want a community library. I want a space where women can come and create. I want a space where we can be able to sustain ourselves and be able to grow. And I want people to also come into the space and be able to say, you know what, I also started an organization because of what I got from you. Because it takes a village. Yes, it takes a village.
No, inshallah, may you realize all your dreams.
Ameen.
Just one more question before we wrap up today. You can give a short answer for this one. What message would you give to another woman who has an idea but is afraid to start? Just 1 or 2 sentences.
I would say that voice that is inside of you, that fear, it's not a fear for you to go back. It's for you to take that leap of faith, listen to your voice. And it's your dream. Other people won't understand it, but you must believe in it. And if you are sitting on your musalla, you're making a dua, you say, Ya Allah, can you just hold my hand and make it this to be easy? There must be fearlessness.
Fearlessness,
yes, there must be fearless and believe that it is possible with doers.
Oh, thank you so much, Fatima. I think on that note, we should lead with fearlessness. We should lead with faith. That was the very inspiring and visionary Fatima Morake speaking about how Zakah powers sustainable women-led community change. She's the co-founder of Amal-Diketso, a community organization in Tweefontein and Mpumalanga, doing absolutely wonderful, impactful things. And that is it from me today, your host, Aaliyah, on the Mid-Morning Talk. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
رب العالمين